Welcome to the opening meditation to our reading today. We will spend 5 minutes grounding and centering our energy and connecting in with our guides. However, if you want to just skip to the reading, feel free. The timestamp to do that is in the description box below. So, just finding a comfortable position where you won't be disturbed for the next few minutes. Either sitting or lying down, even standing is fine. Finding stillness. If you're able to, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths at your own pace. Noticing how it feels to give your body that extra boost of oxygen. Find the location where your body is meeting the ground or the surface under you. Find your connection there. Feel the weight of your body as it is supported by what's underneath you. Breathing into this connected state. Now imagine roots extending out from the bottom of your body, reaching down into the earth beneath you. You are deeply connected, grounded, and you can rely on this connection for the remainder of the day. Noticing where there might be tension in your body and releasing that with an exhale. Surrendering into the present moment. Relaxing the jaw and the neck muscles, the shoulder muscles. Relaxing the brow and the muscles in the face. Relax the tongue. Feel as waves of relaxation cascade down your body. All tension is releasing, and you are melting and grounding into the earth beneath you. You are here now, and that is all you need to be. Okay, so this reading today is going to be, I'm going to start it off with some oracle cards. I feel really drawn to do like an oracle reading. Okay, so 2 just came out. Sing to me a deeper song, the farewell. This is the Khalil Gibran deck. Then I have the Enter the Temple Invisible prayer. I'm gonna move the screen away so I don't have to look at myself. Okay, there we go. Okay. What is the message today that's coming through for the collective? Okay, so already I'm getting an energy of something happening behind the scenes that you're not completely aware of, but you've been praying for, and I think you feel that there is a shift coming. I think you can feel that things are happening. You may be doing manifestation work these days more than normal. You might have an intuitive feeling that you have to say goodbye to something. You're understanding something on a deeper level, that's for sure. The collective. Message for the collective. Beautiful. Ooh, wow. I've never pulled this card before. The Holy Grail, stop the endless searching, inner quest. It's beautiful. So like I said, there is something, it's about an inner processing, I believe. So let's keep going with this. Definitely embracing change, cycles of life, transition, growth. So this definitely is like a period of time where things are changing for you, but it might be that it's like a process of change that's coming from the work that you've done internally, that you've manifested this change, I believe. That's really amazing. So let's see what else comes out. That was the Rose Oracle by Rebecca Campbell, and now I'm using the Kuan Yin Oracle deck by Alana Fairchild. This is my favorite deck of all time. This one. Message for the collective. Whoa, that was way too many. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. I think there's a lot of you going through various things that could be related. One message. One message to... I was going to make a Lord of the Rings reference. Okay, we have Sisters of the Sacred Spiral. So this definitely does feel like a collective reading for a certain group of people who are going through huge shifts and changes spiritually, that are understanding on a deeper level the part that they play in creating their lives. So I will speak to you because, dear viewer, this is kind of a moment between you and me rather than me and a big group. So please take this reading however it resonates with you the best, or in the best way, and use your own inner guidance to apply the messages to your life, right? And take anything that I say that's kind of like, just take it, sort of metaphorically as well if it doesn't quite resonate. I will pull some tarot as well. I just wanted to get like a spread of oracle cards. I felt really like I need that. I need to see all the messages right now. So we will get a little more specific as we go along. But yeah, thank you for being here. Okay. There's a group of people here. 3 people. I'm getting 3 people. Like maybe you have, you can think of 2 other people in your life that this could relate to. 3 to 5 people. It's really interesting. I think you're part of a group, like a trio almost. This could also be you and like 2 spirit guides, but you might have 2 actual people in your life, like 2 friends of the same gender, that you're going through a huge spiritual shift at the same time. And I'm getting that you're searching for the same thing. You've been searching, having the same kind of life issues, and you're now realizing the power is held within, that like what you need, what you want out in the external world is actually something that you have to go inward. And I think you're guided, if it's not like you have 2 like friends that you are experiencing this with, or 2 people that you are aware of in your life, I think you are flanked by spirit guides, literally and figuratively. You're literally flanked, and you've been being helped, you've been being assisted this whole time. I think a lot of people, I think you've been going through it. You've really been put through the ringer. You've had experiences that have made you feel like you were going to perish, that you weren't going to make it, that it was too much. Emotional experiences, or real kind of just like tower moments, so to speak, where everything falls down around you, dissolves, and you like, what the fuck, not again. You have to start over many times. And you've always come back to God. You've always come back to source within. You've always come back to prayer, and you've always come back to that sacred place that's within you, your heart space, because you know that you've held on to the understanding that is always true, that is home, that there's nowhere else to go but to God, and God is found within you. It is you. Spirit of air. This definitely is like I can already feel the energy of the Judgment tarot card. If you're familiar with tarot, there is a sublimation happening in your life right now, like a dispersion of energy, where once there was this density where you felt like you were being dragged down by life and that you were stuck in the trenches, so to speak, and there was no way out. You're now being lifted above all of that. And it feels miraculous. It feels like a mystical experience that you're having, where you're just, all of a sudden you feel free. You feel like free of the bonds that were bearing down on you, or that were holding you down. And your mind is clear and your heart is clear. It's like you're lifted up above everything, and you can see now that everything that happened just happened. You're not even judging it. You're not even saying it was good or it was bad or it was anything. You're just realizing it happened, and that's fine. And you're disconnecting from the past to begin a completely new existence as this like beautiful, free being. Sisters of the Sacred Spiral is also making me think of the spiral of time, of the revisitation of, like, when we revisit issues and lessons and events in our life over and over again in order to learn the deeper underlying lesson, to like finally, every time we go around the cycle, we learn more and we become wiser and stronger for it. And time goes on. We grow, we gain more cells, we literally get older. And yet life becomes, for you, I feel, instead of life making you more jaded and feeling older and feeling
decrepit and like as if life ages you internally as much as externally, you are actually getting more youthful in your energy as you go around this spiral, as you go through life, and you feel or you experience lessons after lessons. You actually get a lighter heart. You're actually getting more pure and more innocent, and it's because you're letting go of any kind of judgment or ideas about the world. And it's a funny irony that the wisest people become less sure as they age. They are sure about less things. They know that they don't know anything. And you can compare that almost to the energy of a teenager who is like, I know about everything. They're absolutely certain that they understand the world and that everything is as it is reality, and like nothing else could possibly be real. I mean, that's a judgment or just a generalization of teenagers, but it's kind of the way. I mean, it's not their fault. Their brains aren't developed yet. No shade. But anyway, yeah, you're like, it's the irony of like a teenager, someone who's younger, thinking like that versus like a wise old kind of mentor-like figure who kind of giggles at everything and doesn't take anything too seriously and knows that nothing is really as it seems, and there's always love and levity to be found anywhere, even in the most dire circumstances. And you've understood that at like a soul level, not on some kind of weird like dissociating and spiritually bypassing level, but you've understood it in this way that's so true and profound, where you're just like, you're not going around trying to convince people that pain isn't real and that whatever they manifest is like, you are like probably upset by that kind of perspective. You probably think, what bullshit, because you have a realistic understanding of life, because you've experienced pain, you've actually experienced suffering, and you've leaned on God as well as other people. And sometimes, you know, and then you've seen beauty, like you've seen justice come through, and then you've also not seen justice come through, and that has also just made you like really understand the nature of life on earth. And it hasn't embittered you, which is what is so incredibly beautiful about it. You have only prayed more honestly. That's so beautiful. Spirit of air, you have a clear mind, you have a clear outlook now on where you're going. You understand what you are here to do, and if you aren't sure yet, you are understanding it through your subconscious travels, through your subconscious mind, through your sleep, through understanding signs and signals. And you also have to understand that not only are you taking not only are you making like a big shift in your life, but you're being guided to take leaps of faith right now, because, and you can probably feel this, it will work. Because you've been purified, Princess of Purity. Leaps across. You are elevated through your purity of mind and your purity of heart. And I don't mean pure as in some kind of weird like blood quantum thing like Harry Potter. Like, it's not like you are more valid. That's not what the purity is about. The purity is about like a distillation process, right? Like through refinement, which also means through friction or like change and manipulated like molecules. You have been distilled into your most authentic self, into your most authentic form, into like what really matters about you, which is your most like God-like aspect of self. It's like you've been distilled down into the source the core of you. I don't know why I want to say the source nut, like as if it's like an acorn that sits in your heart or something. That's kind of a beautiful metaphor, because a nut, in the sense of it being like a tree seed, like a seed to grow from, so much abundance, but it's like this small baby pure potential form of the big tree, right? So you're at that place, you're at that seed point, and it's the most true aspect of you, it's the most true version of you. And because of that, it's like you are in this state of beginning the most important aspect of or the most important era of your life, the most sovereign state of your life, the most sovereign era. And you cannot fail. This is not something that can be failed. It's like a birthright. And you're also not alone. So I hope that you do understand that you have spiritual family with you at all times, spirit guides. They'll be different for everyone, and they'll show up differently depending on what you need. And you can access them, just so you know. You can talk to them, and you can ask for signs, and you should, if you haven't already. I'm just saying, you should ask for specific signs. And I mean, like, use, this is just a tangent because I just want everyone to do this so that they can understand who's with them. But if you're going to ask for signs, ask for something that's really weird, like the weirder the better, like very unusual, something that is specifically unusual. And just be patient, and then let go of your ask, and then see what happens. Some remarkable things can happen. So that's to get in touch with your spirit guides. But anyway, back to the message. You really are. You've been lifted up to this beautiful high position. It's not like it's an external thing. You have done this for yourself. You've done the work. You are an amazing person, because instead of becoming afraid of life and shunning life when it has shown you its darker side, you've dived deeper into it. You've dived deeper into the heart of the darkness. And through that process, you have been pressurized and purified into like a diamond form. It's also giving me an image of a charcoal filter. Like a charcoal filter is as black as can be. It's the blackness. It's like flat, matte, dark. And it is like one of the most purifying substances. Another thing is black tourmaline, or especially black tourmaline as a stone, because it does the same thing as charcoal, where it like absorbs negative. Well, it absorbs negative energy. It absorbs things. And then in that sense can protect and purify the energy of a space or a person. You have been seeking the right community. You've been trying to manifest the right people, the right community, the right friends, the right lovers. You want to build a family, and it might not be just a nuclear traditional family. You might want to build a family of friends and people around you that you feel happy and comfortable with, that can build life with you. You want there to be children, you want there to be adults, you want there to be intergenerational fun. You want there to be authenticity and creativity. And you want there to be adventure as well, and beauty and freedom. These are the values I think that you hold so dear, and that you've been striving for, and that you've been keeping your eye on the ball, so to speak, and keeping your heart aligned to those energies. And yet I feel like you have lost people over and over again, or you've found yourself in the wrong setting, in the wrong scenarios, there's always some people that are aligned with you and that have stuck with you, and over time you've kind of built friendships and relationships that have really been true, but still you feel like life is difficult. Still you feel... So my battery died, so that's really annoying. Now it is currently charging, so I'm using my phone, and I'm gonna start where I left off. And hopefully I'm not missing too much. I just want to keep this channel going. So what I was saying, I believe, was that you're looking for community, that there is more coming. You might feel like there is more coming. That's because there is. And for the time being, you're happy, understanding, and knowing that what you have right now is supportive, and you can do so much, and you can create from with what you have at the moment. And that's really powerful. What you do have around you is powerfully creative, and you are being encouraged to revel in the opportunities that you have now and to really take advantage of them. I'm also I'm really happy to feel this, because I'm always hoping that I'm getting artists to this channel, but I really am getting that there are quite a few artists tuning into this. And if you have a creative medium that you haven't tried out yet or really explored, you're definitely being encouraged to do that and to really follow expressive mediums and expressive expressive arts of any kind. I am really also getting performers and dancers. If you are a performer, or a dancer, musicians, photographers, painters, anyone who is able to really access that emotionally expressive part of themselves, place within, that is one of your powerful gifts at the moment. It's something that will make others feel as well. And by doing that, by expressing yourself in that way, you are opening up portals for others to feel the beauty and the power of life and to feel God within themselves. It helps others access their own emotional intelligence and their own expressive parts of themselves. It's so powerful. So please keep doing your art. And there are collaborations I'm seeing for some of you, especially those of you who are performers. Even if you're a fine artist or you're a performing artist or installation artist, anything like that, I am seeing there are collaborations, key collaborations that are upcoming for you or that are happening right now that are dominating the energy in your life and that are really important. And beautiful things will come of those collaborations. Anything more on that? There really is an unfolding, like a blooming happening in your world right now, and it's you. It's coming from your sacral energy, your seat of creativity, and also your grounded, rooted power. It's coming through. The more in life you get, which is what I was describing before about how kind of honest you are with life and how that has given you a kind of freedom to exist here in harmony and in peace with the nature of life, which is both dark and light. And in that kind of rootedness and belonging, sense of belonging, your creativity is flowing through up into your second and third chakras, and it's blooming forth. And there's this like lifeblood that is pulsing through you and that others can feel, and they want to be a part of it right now. And they will continue to be a part of it. And this spiral of energy is just flowing. The Kundalini is flowing very, very steady through you. and culminating in your upper chakras as well. And that is a channel, basically. You're like, right now you've reached this point in your life where you're a clear channel for your art and for the messages and the ideas that you're getting from source and from spirit, and it's coming through the top of your head, moving through your body. You kind of understand it, you understand what you might start doing with it, and then you express it. And when you express it, the world shudders. I'm hearing the world, in a good way, the world listens, like it wakes the world up. Wow, I just flipped the deck and got 10 of Cups. So that's an omen if I ever saw one. You were creating a life that is blissful. You're creating your dream life right now. This is a key point in your life where you're leaping off from where you've been into where you're going, and it is full of creative energy, and it's full of clarity, it's full of self-expression, and it's full of friendship and fun and collaboration. Your insights about your artwork and about your place here on earth are very clear right now, so enjoy that. You have this ability right now to track your emotions and to track your inner beliefs and your inner state as well. So like your emotions, your emotional state, your mental state, everything. You can track the energy as it flows through your body. I don't know if this makes sense, but through your like chakra system. Basically, that's kind of what I'm getting at, actually, is the chakra work that you are able to do. You can do energy work right now very easily on yourself because you understand the connection between each energy body within you or and around you. So you understand the connection between the root chakra, the stability and belonging that we get by accepting our life on earth, and feeling safe and having everything that we need in order to survive and thrive. And then from there, how that connects to being able to feel a sense of healthy relationship to others, to the world, and then create from there and create things and use your creative energy to create pleasure and to create a life that you love and that you desire. And how that is then also related to your self-concept and to self-confidence and to your willingness to be in the world and to make an impact, and so on and so forth. If you want to know more about the chakras, you can always let me know and I will explain more. But yeah, you understand the connections, how the earth, how life, the world, is a reflection of our inner selves, of ourselves, of humans. But it's also, it also goes like infinitely micro and infinitely macro. You get that, right? That trippiness, that understanding that everything is a reflection of everything, or like a... Okay, so let's get some tarot about this message for the collective. Wow. So there's some interesting darker energy that you're transmuting. You have 7 of Swords and Moon reversed. So you are definitely leaving behind this energy of confusion and feeling like you have to do everything alone. You're leaving behind the feeling or the idea that life is out to get you and that there are things hiding around the corner that can be hurtful, that you can't know what is happening, so you have to be strategic and you have to protect yourself at all cost. It's like you're leaving behind the lack of trust. If I'm boiling it all down to one message, that's what it is. Whether it comes to other people, to the universe, to the world itself, that is what you're walking out of. That's what the old energy was, this feeling of shadiness and also inauthenticity, because inside that feeling of not trusting, there's also this feeling like we can't trust ourselves. And a lot of the time there's also like a tendency to hide and a tendency to do things in secret and to not be our full selves out in the world. And that's what you're leaving behind. You're understanding that you're done with, you're done with not showing the world your full self. The moon reversed, I'm getting like an obscured moon, obscured by cloud, hiding behind cloud, or like a new moon where everything is hiding in the dark of night, and or the dark behind the earth, like behind the sun. That's what a new moon is. Yeah, when it's hiding behind the sun. No, wait, it's in between the earth and the sun. Okay, got it. But yeah, but you know what I mean. That's the idea, though, is that this is what the past energy was obscuring yourself from others, obscuring yourself from the world, like hiding your true form, not being your authentic, not having integrity in your own life. And that's not a bad thing. It's not like you're bad for that. It's completely normal and natural when you're not in a trusting mode, when you don't know whether things are going to really hurt and destroy you or not. Like if you've been through enough hardship, you feel like you can't handle anymore. And so you slowly but surely get there. And that's what's so amazing about this reading and a bit about you, is that you have actually come to that place where you are freeing yourself from the shadiness, from the hiding. You're freeing yourself from doubt and from a lack of trust, which is like incredibly sacred and amazing. The Lover's card came up here. You may have had a lot of experiences or lessons in life through relationships, through people, and through your relationship to things that you loved. So that could be that you were losing things that you loved, people were harming you, or relationships were really hard, or that decisions you made turned out wrong. Decisions you made led you into experiences that made you feel like you couldn't trust the world, like you couldn't trust the universe. And that could totally be like other choices, like career choices and stuff. And you were just like, what the fuck? Like, how come every turn I make, every step I take leads me astray and leads me to this feeling of needing to be more self-contained and more like cautious about life. And part of that was because you were being sneaky in your life, if this makes sense. So you yourself were hiding from the universe, you were hiding from your own self, you were hiding from the world, and you were trying to do things in ways that weren't authentic to you. You weren't recognizing your power and your worth, and that led you to do things that were actually out of your integrity, but you just didn't really realize it at the time. And that's why everything felt so murky, was because you were actually making choices from a place that was like dishonest to the quality of your heart and to the quality of your soul and to what you were ready for, but you just didn't know. And now you're understanding that. You're understanding you have weighed your own heart on Osiris's scale. Is it Osiris or Set? I think it's Set in the Egyptian mythology, who weighs the heart in the land of the dead. Again, it's this metaphor of purity. You have weighed your own heart, and so has the universe. Like God has weighed your heart, and it has turned out to be as light as a feather, or lighter. Like you are one of the pure ones. You're one of the ones that has passed the test. You've passed the tests. And that's what this Four of Wands is also about. Like you have emerged through the test, through the gates of hell, and now you're on the other side. And you were looking at things you were looking at things almost upside down, and now you're being turned right side up. Like your experience of life rather was all upside down, and now it's being turned right side up. So let's have a message for the collective about where they're heading and what they're looking forward to now. Okay, well, death flew out, so let's show that. Beautiful card. So you are going through / about to go through the meat of this transformation. Everything is being balanced out, rebalanced, and purified for your benefit. The sun rises, the red sun rises. That means that if, again, Lord of the Rings, blood has been spilled this night, it's the idea that like there has been battle, but the battle's over and a new dawn approaches. There must be some nerds in the audience here. Beautiful, unbelievably gorgeous. The star and the 6 of Swords. So your hope and your vision are your greatest strengths right now. Your inability to move forward from states of mind that have kept you feeling like you're not ready to move on, or you're not fully ready to be this version of yourself, limiting beliefs, things like that. You have the ability to see through it. You can see, like, penetrate through that doubt with your vision. So that is your hope and your desire, but it's also more powerful than that. You can manifest with your vision. I'm working on a workbook right now that will help you specifically get through that. So keep an eye peeled for that, because it's almost ready and then it'll be freely available. But there are like lots of resources out there, especially on YouTube, that can help you to harness this power of visioning and manifesting. But in any case, your belief in your faith in God and Spirit is your greatest strength, in that it's giving you the hope and the vision that you need to keep going when you still feel in the valley. So as you go through this process of transformation, you may still feel like it can't possibly be getting better, like this is going to take so long, like how am I ever going to get to the other side? The 6 of Swords is a card about traveling to the other side, just like how Princess of Purity leaps across the water. It's the exact same message. And this beautiful visual of the banks on Dream Traveler, the banks in the stream. You are stepping across. You have everything you need to get across. It's just a matter of you believing. So what's the message that they can take away? Yeah, I definitely am seeing in the cards that you are struggling with some limiting beliefs, like some beliefs around what is possible for you and what's possible in general. I really highly encourage you to do the work to uncover what your internal negative beliefs are around yourself. It's extremely enlightening, and you can do this through journaling, by writing out, who's that, Emperor? Cool, okay. By writing out the things that you want and the things that you dream of going towards, and then writing another list corresponding to each of those things about the negative beliefs that you hold around that. And trust me, you will be able to come up with something, like it will be there. And I also encourage you, while you're doing that, to try to get to the core beliefs. So there might be something on the surface, and then there's something even deeper, and keep going until you find that deep thing that feels like it's like a really ugly truth. It's like a really ugly statement of reality that sits underneath the desire that you have. And when you do that, when you can see that ugly little crabs that live underneath the rocks, nothing against crabs, I love crabs. Let's just say they're like muck, okay? it actually helps to disperse them. That's why the crab metaphor is a thing, because it's like, it literally, once you see it, you're like, oh my God, wow, that's so stupid. Or like, not stupid, but like, that's crazy. I would never put, usually it's like you wouldn't even put that belief on someone else, but for some reason you've put it on yourself. And when you're aware of it, every time that thought comes up or something like it comes up, you can flag it, and then you can change your belief in the moment. You can change the way that you're going to be approaching that thing, right? And it just makes you so much more honest with yourself. So, and it takes away the feeling of being disempowered by your own thoughts and restrictive beliefs, and helps you to be more brave. So a message that they can take away, whoa, you're creating like huge change in your life. My God. Magician and Tower, there's been like you are about to step into a huge period of change. Oh my God. Buckle up, babies. This is amazing. You have all the tools at your disposal that you need, so you need not fret. I think that's the thing. I think that's what you're about to get into your head, into your thick skull. No, just kidding. Is that you're so fucking powerful, like you have always been. And so it's like you're harnessing your own energy instead of harnessing others' energy or thinking that you need to rely on others or siphoning off of like other things. Like that's not, I don't mean that in like a vampiric way. I just mean like, oh, I need help. Oh, I need help. Oh, I need to wait until something else comes so that I can then do that thing. Or I'm going to do half that thing because half of it is like all I can handle and all that I'm ever going to really be able to do anyway. No. You're making your own change by stepping into your power. And that comes from releasing yourself from your own limited scope of what you can do. And that's been part of this journey of your understanding life and of becoming more peaceful in your existence. You're now, it's like you've been purified, and now you're able to actually understand how much agency and sovereignty you have in your life and in the creation of your life. Yeah, the High Priestess. So she is the keeper of the secrets and the one who waits to give her truth, and she invites people into her sacred temple, right? Enter the temple invisible. Again, this card. It's your time. I'm hearing it's your time to become who you're meant to be and to step into that place of divine connection that you have always held, and now you're just stepping into power and you're owning it, and you're owning how significant you are in this process and in this life. And you know that your breath, you have like the breath of life within you, and that everything that you attend to and tend to in your life and create and nurture grows and becomes something that is either beautiful or that benefits others or that can soar in some way. And you understand this because of your connection to darkness and to tend to struggle and to loss, and you are a true leader because you don't base your leadership on power, on external affirmation or external validation. You don't base it on getting power over others, on competition or anything like that. You base your your life on a deep connection with the universe, and your spiritual integrity is the most important thing to you, and you are a deep seeker of truths and of personal devotion to the divine and to that which you care for and that which you want to nurture in this life and nurture into existence. Your values, basically, your devotion to your values. You sit away from the masses, you sit away from the pack. You also are leaders in the right way forward. You are the kind of people who lead leaders. You can truly hold space for others, and you can also guide them through example and guide them by showing them their own power and their own destiny. Remember I was saying about your art and how your art can be a portal for others to access their own self-expression and their own connection to life. That is your power. That's what you do. You open people up to their own destinies. And remember I said something about an acorn earlier. This High Priestess card has oak leaves all over her garment. To excuse my nail polish, that's all ratty tatty. She has pomegranates on the back as well, of course, like Persephone, the queen of the underworld. You are the queen of the underworld. You are hand in hand with death, with transformation, with the darkness, with that which destroys, and again with the tower. And you are a true holder of that knowledge, because you understand that it is not evil, that it's not bad, and you can weather any transformation, any destruction, any storm, because you're lifted above it and you're rooted within it. And you know what I mean when I'm saying that. You are, with these two very powerful, magical beings, you are probably pretty witchy. You understand that witchcraft and that magic, let's say magic because witchcraft has a touchy association word-wise for some people, but magic is the birthright and the inheritance of every single being here, and that it is about connection to the wholeness of the planet and the wholeness of the universe, and understanding that you have agency in impacting that life force and that whole world, that wholeness. So that a lot of other things too. This is your new opportunity, your new path ahead is open to you now, and you have the affirmation and the confirmation from the universe to become finally that version of yourself that you have been building and that you've been working to create. Release yourself from any kind of limits by changing your mindset, doing manifestation and mindset work, but also through appreciating what it is that you do have and keeping a light touch with everything, because everything's about to change anyway for you. So travel light is what I'm hearing with this Fool card here. Travel light. The wand, look at this. The wand is the only thing the Fool carries in these cards, or this card, and then the Ace of Wands. What you have, the most important thing that you take with you is your connection to spirit and to your own creativity. You cannot lose that. You cannot lose the source within. You cannot lose your energy, your connected core, your spiritual connection. You cannot lose that. And that's what you travel forth with, is your devotion to the world and to God and to life. And you are a magical creator. So I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for being here. And please comment, check back in, keep me updated on what's happening for you. You are clearly beautiful, magical humans, and I want to see more of you. Have a lovely day, morning, night, wherever you are. Bye.